This one, I I thought this one was pretty consensus, but I didn't realize he wasn't that good. I mean, he didn't have that many accolades as I thought he was, as I thought he
Yeah.
did.
Mm.
He okay. By the way, Charles Tillman, Peanut Tillman,
Yeah.
the guy that could punch a fumble out of your arms if he was 20 yards away from you. He just found the ball. Two-time Pro Bowler, one-time All-Pro, and MOY is that Man of the Year?
Yeah,
What is it?
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
of the year.
I don't think that factors into.
I think they do consider it when considering people for the Hall of Fame,
I
just
don't think
because.
I don't think it's the biggest factor though.
Well, no, no, no. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't like hold a bunch of weight. They look more so at what you did on the field than what you did off. But
It's just like
Yeah.
an incentive
Something.
almost or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Luke, would you like to start us off with is Peanut Tillman a Hall of Famer? You probably did you catch the end of his prime?
I did. I did.
Yeah. Okay. So you
He's
know him
not.
pretty well.
He's not. He's not, guys. He like. I'm trying to think of the words how I want to describe it. Charles Tillman is best known for the peanut punch. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's his one move. That's his go-to move. Every time you see a cornerback or anybody punch a ball out in a fumble, what do they go to? Peanut punch. That being said, that doesn't make him a Hall of Famer. That doesn't make him a Hall of Famer. As I'm pulling up his accolades here, only 2 Pro Bowls in his career. It's not like he was ever the number 1 cornerback or was even a top 5 cornerback in his career. Obviously played a long time for the Chicago Bears, and at the end of his career, I think he went to, I want to say Carolina for a year or something. So I knew him pretty well, especially it was the year that the Packers lost in the NFC Championship game. Charles Tillman actually had a couple fumbles on the Packers, or forced fumbles. So listen, he's just not. He's not one of those top guys. He's not one of those best cornerbacks when you think of best cornerbacks over the 2010s. You think of Charles Woodson, you think of Richard Sherman, you think of Darrelle Revis, you think of those guys. Nobody's thinking of Charles Tillman, unfortunately, unless you see a forced fumble on the field. And so, yeah, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. He good player, but I feel like he is, like you said, very well known for that specific niche. Like he's very well known because of the forced fumble thing, which he was very good at, mind you. Like he did it extremely well.
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason that everybody points that out whenever they see a ball get punched out like that, because he was the guy. Like he trademarked it. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, he wasn't one of the best at his position ever. He was good at forcing turnovers, but that was like pretty much it. And that's why he doesn't have the accolades to back it up, or really the statistics to back it up. So great player. Don't think that he's going to be a Hall of Famer at any point.
Yeah, I kind of do have to agree. Have never looked at his accolades, but he was talked about so highly during his NFL career, and I think that kind of factored into his Man of the Year. How he won Man of the Year. But I think the Chicago faithful love him. He was definitely a very good cornerback. Let's not take that away from him. He was a very good corner, but he was kind of a one trick pony. He had the punch. He might have been the best defensive back ever at jarring the football out. He's up there in that conversation.
100%.
Yeah,
because
100%.
I have never seen somebody be able to find the ball the way he did when he tackled people. He tackled people and his fist was just ready to get, like, he could be tackling them from behind and he knew where to punch to get the ball out. So obviously he's definitely, I'm sure he'll be entered into the Bears Hall of Fame. I'm sure that will probably happen if that hasn't happened.
Yeah,
already.
I think it probably has.
Yeah.
I gotta check.
I think the best way to put it is like how we see Trayvon Diggs today with his ball skills as far as interceptions go. He was the Trayvon Diggs of forced fumbles, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like he just had that thing about him where he knew where the ball was going to be and he had a way of just getting to it every time.
I will say his 2012 season was kind of crazy. 10 forced fumbles and 3 pick sixes.
That's
and
insane.
that was his Pro Bowl year. But that's pretty much it. That's really all he has to speak for. That's all you have to vouch for to, argue for him to get into the Hall of Fame. But
was he on that Bears team that went to the Super Bowl against Peyton?
Yes,
he was. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah. And even in that situation, he's being overshadowed by Urlacher. So
yeah.
So yeah.
A lot of people on that defense.
Yeah. So I think we all agree that he's not a Hall of Famer.